I think obviously an opportunity this weekend, and yeah, maybe something I wasn't expecting so early, but something that obviously is not my decision. And for me, it's about making the most of obviously this opportunity now, and obviously still being in Formula One, I still have that. So yeah, it's been a good week of preparations. So I'm excited to get going.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. Can't be crazier than this, I guess, this situation. First race in the Red Bull Racing, but it's also on top of it in home Grand Prix. I think best situation ever in terms of anything. But yeah, I'm just excited. Simulator went well. Spent a few days in Tokyo, which was really busy, but at the same time, able to get to spend also with the friends as well. So, yeah, really good so far.
I've discussed everything with the team, so the team knows how I think about everything, and I think that's enough, to be honest.
You can't tell us any of your
It's
general
not necessary.
views?
I mean, honestly, some bits we discuss, they don't always need to be told in public as well, because anything that you add, people start speculating about that as well, and I don't like to read about it.
It's Red Bull, right? It's the big team. Of course, it's a huge challenge. I am not really planning on it at the moment. I'm just trying to do my best with what I have. But yeah, if I get the call, of course, I would say I'm ready. Maybe even if I'm not, I would say I'm ready. So yeah.
Whenever you do mistakes, you learn from them, and especially when they are costing that much. Obviously, everybody is playing with the limit and trying to be as close as possible to it, but to have both cars underneath it was a big pain, and we didn't need that. I mean, at the end of the day, it's been a very difficult first part of the season. I mean, the first two races were difficult. The pace was not exactly where we were expected it to be, and and to lose even more points than we already did with that. Hurts the team a lot, but I'm confident that we learn from it. And obviously, whenever these kind of events happen, we try and understand and analyze where did that go wrong and change a little bit the process of that. It was a multitude of things adding up, which makes that the margin we had took was not big enough.
I was at the factory with the team during the week. Really impressed with how the team digested and worked through the analysis and figuring out ways of working better moving forwards. Better processes and just hopefully make sure that doesn't happen again. And then coming here this weekend. I mean, every weekend I do with the team is a new experience, at the track that I've been to before, but obviously it's the first time in a Ferrari around this track, and I don't know what to expect in terms of how the car will feel necessarily, but I feel positive. Obviously, I've got 2 races behind me now and experienced the tyres, and for example, the C2 tyre that we had in the last race, I hadn't actually driven that before, so finally got a race with that under my belt, and yeah, I feel positive coming this weekend.
China, objectively as a team, I think we sort of slightly underperformed. We realized after the weekend that obviously a few things we would have done differently with insights, and that's why I'm still confident. We got a good package. We got the performance, to fight in the top 10, and it's really about we're still early stage in the season. We're still learning about the car and how to extract everything from it. So it's good. We got 3 races coming up, different tracks, and I'm excited to go racing.
It's been a very, very good start to the year. Still not easy, but to start with the best car and to start with a car as impressive as it is in such tough competition is a lot of credits to the team. So I've said it many times already, but always a big thanks to them. Makes my life a bit easier, that's for sure. But it's the job. We want the best car. We work hard to make the car as quick as possible, and that's what they're giving us as drivers. So a good start. But always things to improve.
China was a circuit that was a pretty tough round in 2024, and to have it be probably my best weekend in F1 in 2025 is a pretty satisfying. That was the most the biggest emotion I felt out of China was just satisfaction from the job that we did. So it's been a pretty tough pre-season in terms of looking at what we can do to improve, and I've been happy with the start of the year so far.
Obviously, the first two races have been great, 2 podiums, and we couldn't really have hoped for much more. I think we also have to be realistic. We are only 2 races into a long season, and I don't think probably Ferrari and maybe Red Bull have maximised their potential as yet. So we don't want to get carried away thinking this is possible week in, week out, but we definitely know that if we do the best job to our own abilities, we'll be there in the mix.
It's great to be in Suzuka. I've been driving the track a lot on the simulator, and already on the simulator it feels amazing. So really looking forward to hit the track tomorrow. And in the past 2 weekends I've been learning massively, especially qualifying, and the goal this weekend is to try to maximize the qualifying performance, especially tire warm-up, trying to put them in the right window. The approach is going to be quite similar.
It feels like my form hasn't really changed too much. I just think that we've got a car that's performing really well, and I feel like it's giving me a lot of confidence to drive. I think a car that's predictable also just helps you be on the limit a little bit more throughout the lap and throughout each corner, and that's it really. I think honestly it's been unexpected, just the start of the season that we've had so far. I think that we've exceeded a bit of expectation on it, but let it continue, keep it going. I think that this weekend will be a challenge, but we've got a new front wing which I'm hoping can get us a bit of breathing room. I think the midfield is so tight right now. It feels like every race is a fight.
In Australia,
right,
that is very clear. We lacked a lot of speed compared to others in high speed, but we are one of the quickest in some of the corners in China, if we look at it, and we are not really lacking high speed there. So I think we are going to be able to build a bigger picture a bit later in the year. We need to focus still and keep Australia in our mind, because that's still where our weaknesses were shown, and this track also is a big challenge for the cars, so we'll see.
It's been a good start to the season for sure. Happy with the result in Melbourne and in China. Keep pushing.
I think it's been more positive than negative. Obviously, to get the first points, for us was a big thing and was important. In China, especially Sunday, we had some difficulties, and it wasn't really a very representative race and result for us. But how things felt within the car and the team were quite good, which makes me optimistic going forward. But as ever, things in the midfield are very, very tight, and small margins, can have a huge effect.
I'm excited to race it for the first time. I tested here in December in Super Formula, and it was a great experience. Definitely a driver's track. I really, really enjoyed it, and I think in F1 it will be even better. And about the car performance, we're not really sure where we stand yet. China was a great weekend for us, but we have a bit of cautious optimism because, of course, Australia was a very difficult one. So we have a few changes, and hopefully we can have a great weekend.
I think it's been quite a challenge for sure. Like always, really, when you change teams, you always go through a learning process and through a adaptation process that it takes time and effort and takes a lot of energy. But I feel like we're in the right track, we're on the right way. I was very quick in Australia, unfortunately, with the problem in the race. Not so quick in China, but we hope to understand why, and it was good to go through that experience, and now hopefully we can put things together and perform better this week ahead.
So many emotions. Let's say it's been a roller coaster. Expected nothing less, but 2 very enjoyable weekends. Not so much when I was on the side of the track in Oz on the Sunday, but still so many positives to take away, and some solid pace as well. The foundation's there. The ingredients are there. We just need to put a weekend together, as a team, myself. So we're striving very hard to do that. We've had a week off to digest. Everyone's been working so hard, at the factory, back at base in Viry, to ensure that we come back swinging here in Suzuka.
We are still working in the balance of the car and how to make it faster. I think, I think we have been working a lot on trying, to make the car as stable as possible and making it a bit more predictable with some things in the, during the qualifying and the race, at the beginning of the race especially. So yeah, just a bit more that you understand a bit more what the car is gonna do in case you use a different technique of driving. So yeah, mainly that, to be honest. And we are still working, just to gain. We know that at the end of the day, if we miss something compared to the teams that are winning now, it's just downforce. They are able to go faster a bit through everywhere, and that's what we need.
I'm not even classified, I think, in the championship because I didn't see the checkered flag. So yeah, hopefully a better luck on the next one. In terms of competitiveness, I think it's super tight, and within 1 or 2 tenths you can pass from being last to Q3 spot. So yeah, it shows that we need to really make every weekend perfect, and that's the aim. So it's a good challenge to have.